cash a meal. And do it through the pain, I don't need a pill. And life gon' get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, this podcast is brought to you by Final Form Supplements. Final Form Supplements is a supplement brand with honesty labeling. So the labeling in supplements is Wild Wild West. Sometimes labels aren't honest. They have things in there that's on in there. We don't have to worry about that with Final Form Supplements. We got everything you need from protein powder, creatine, skin care, soap for your skin, handcrafted soap, and we have all kinds of things. Go to finalformsubs.com, that's SUPPS, finalformsubs.com, use promo code COACHSTRIB, all caps, no space, get 10% off your order, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe on whichever video you're watching here at Ivy Talks Podcast Network, and enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the NFL coverage. Today we're going to be going over Week 10, recapping Week 10, going over standings, and then looking at the games for this upcoming week of Week 11. So getting straight into it, Thursday we had the Bengals versus the Ravens. What a phenomenal game. Both quarterbacks played absolutely phenomenal. Joe Burrow throwing, I believe, like 428 yards on 4 passing touchdowns, no interceptions. And then the Ravens for Lamar Jackson throws 290 yards on 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, and Derrick Henry rushing for a touchdown with 68 yards there. And just phenomenal game back and forth. I thought Bengals for sure had it there because they scored late in the fourth. And then Ravens said, hold my beer. And the Ravens, they get it done there on defense at the end. So Ravens win 35-34. Then Sunday we had for the international series in Munich, I think. I don't know. Anyway, international series. The Panthers beat the Giants 20-17 in overtime. The 49ers beat the Bucks 23-20. Falcons lose to the Saints 20-17. Chiefs barely get the win against the Denver Broncos. Chiefs, again, like I've been saying all year, yes, they are undefeated. They are 9-0. They are finding ways to get it done, but the majority of their wins are ugly. They're barely getting them done, but at the end of the day, they're getting it done. So I'm not trying to knock on them, but it definitely is not. It's not as pretty as it sounds when you're 9-0. You think that it's this team that just seems unbeatable. They look beatable. They seem beatable, and they get close to being beat, but they just find ways to win. So it's a weird 9-0. But undefeated is undefeated. But Broncos barely lose there. It came down to a field goal for the win, and the Chiefs get the block on the field goal for the win. So shout out to the Chiefs special teams there. 16-14, Kansas City Chiefs. Bills beat the Colts 30-20. Pittsburgh beat the Commanders 28-27. I know this was one of the games I had on Coach Strib's games to watch this week, and it panned out to be a pretty interesting game like I figured. Again, Russell Wilson is pretty much he's playing to stay in the league. He's playing to get an extension. Like I said, last year or leading up to this season, I think for Russell Wilson, this is his comeback year. I figured if he didn't play well, if he didn't end up starting, he would probably pretty much be on his way out of the league, and he's stepping up to show that he is here to stay for at least the near future. He has 195 yards, throws an interception, but 3 passing touchdowns for Russell Wilson. The Vikings beat the Jaguars 12-7. New England beats the Bears 19-3. Titans, no surprise here, take the L to the Chargers 27-17. And again, Uncle Strib's or Coach Strib's games to watch: Eagles versus Cowboys, and Eagles absolute demoralizing domination over the Cowboys 34-6. And like I said, I think this was a must-win for Jalen Hurts. Those 4 passing touchdowns. And it's pretty much it for the Cowboys. And also, breaking news that came out that I read today, Dak Prescott is out for the season. So like I was saying, if they didn't get this win, I was pretty much saying it's over for the Cowboys, and it looks like it is. He's going ahead and getting this surgery on his hamstring. So looks like the Cowboys are packing it up and just taking the L for this season to prepare for next season. So next game we have the Jets, Cardinals. Cardinals dominate the Jets 31-6. Lions beat the Texans 26-23. And Miami gets the win against the Los Angeles Rams Monday night 23-15. So yesterday. Bye weeks, Cleveland, Green Bay, Vegas, Seattle. Standings. Let's go to standings by division. And I'm naming them in order from 1 to 4 for each division. AFC East, Bills, Dolphins, Jets, Patriots. AFC North, Steelers, Ravens, Bengals, Browns. With the Steelers and Ravens, they have the same number of wins, but the Ravens have one more loss because they played one more game. So as of right now, Pittsburgh is ahead of the Ravens. But if Pittsburgh lose their next game and Baltimore wins their next game, then Baltimore is going to move to 1. So it's really, really close there for the AFC North. AFC South, Texans, Colts, Titans, Jags. AFC West, Chiefs, again, the only remaining undefeated team. Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos, Raiders, sorry. NFC East, Eagles, Washington, Dallas, Giants. Again, with Eagles and Washington, it's very similar to Pittsburgh and the Ravens. Commanders have played one more game. They have the same number of wins, but Commanders are 7-3. Philly is 7-2. So again, it's really tight there. If Philly loses their next game and Washington wins theirs, then Washington can move up to the number 1 spot. So again, that race is really tight there for the NFC East. NFC North, Detroit, Vikings, Green Bay, Bears. Detroit coming back. Vikings at one point was an undefeated team with the Chiefs. They have gone and lost 2. Detroit's only lost 1. They're 8-1. So it's still a tight race there in the NFC North. NFC South, Falcons, Tampa Bay, Saints, Panthers. NFC West, Cardinals, 49ers, Rams, Seahawks. And again, 49ers or Cardinals is separated by 1 game there. So we got some tight races for the division wins. And for those of y'all that might not understand how important it is to win your division, if you win your division, you automatically make it to the playoffs. So, I mean, record is important. Overall record is important, but really just divisional record is what kind of matters the most within your division. But anyway, that's why that is so important. That's why instead of doing overall rankings, I'm doing for the division, because right now, if playoffs were to start, Eagles, Detroit, Falcons, Cardinals, Bills, Pittsburgh, Houston, and Kansas City Chiefs have guaranteed berths or guaranteed playoff spots for the playoffs. All right, now moving on to some statistical leaders. For passing yards, Joe Burrow passes Geno Smith for the most yards at 26-72. Lamar Jackson right behind him. Passing touchdowns, Lamar Jackson at 24. Well, Lamar Jackson, Joe Burrow, Baker Mayfield are all tied for first at 24. Receiving yards, Jamar Chase at 981. Receiving touchdowns, Jamar Chase at 10. Rushing yards, Derrick Henry at 1120. Rushing touchdowns, Derrick Henry at 12. And what's actually crazy is Jalen Hurts, quarterback for Philly, is actually second in rushing touchdown in the league at 10, which is just interesting because he's a quarterback. Interceptions, Xavier McKinney back at the top, also tied with Kirby Joseph. They both have 6. Defensive tackles, Zaire Franklin at 105. Sacks is Trey Hendrickson. Yes, Hendrickson at 11 for the statistical leaders. And now moving on to week 11, what we're looking forward to. So Thursday night, we have the Commanders, Eagles. This is one of my coaches games to watch, but we're going to just run through them. Commanders at Eagles, Colts at Jets, Ravens at Steelers, Vikings at Titans, Browns at Saints, Jacksonville at Detroit, Packers at Bears, Raiders at Miami, Rams at New England Patriots, the Falcons at Broncos, Seattle at 49ers, Chiefs at Bills, Bengals at Chargers, and Texans at Cowboys. Bye week is Cardinals, Panthers, Giants, and Buccaneers. Coach Strib's games to watch for sure. Commanders, Eagles. I think between the Commanders and Eagles, the winner of, and this is a divisional game, so this is for the number 1 spot. If Eagles win, Eagles move to number 1. If Commanders win, Eagles will stay at 2, but they're going to create some separation there between them and the Eagles. So, sorry. Yeah, so this is a very, very important game. And I think it's just going to come down to momentum. Who between these two teams can continue the momentum with playing really good football, because these are both really good teams. My second Coach Strib's games to watch is the Ravens and the Steelers. Raven and the Steelers for sure. One, again, it is another divisional game for the number 1 spot. Ravens are second, Steelers are 1. If Ravens wins, Ravens become number 1 in their division. If Steelers win, they stay number 1. They create separation within the division. So this is a very, very important. And again, both teams are 7 wins. Ravens 7-3, Pittsburgh 7-2. And I think this game really comes down to the giant momentum swing. And I do think this game, I think, will decide the number 2. Let's assume Chiefs continue to win out. I think this will decide between the number 2 team in the AFC. It's going to come down to Chiefs, and I think, honestly, probably Ravens, Steelers, to be honest. We'll see, but these are like going to be the top 4: Chiefs, maybe Bills, Ravens, Steelers between the AFC. So this is a very important game for both of these teams. And then next, I think that's pretty much going to be it. Oh, my last one, Chiefs, Bills. Chiefs, Bills. It's not a divisional game, but Chiefs are 9-1. Bills are 8-2. So this is going to be an important game so between this game, I think if Chiefs beat the Bills, even if it's a close game, I think I will go ahead and put the Chiefs in that next tier of teams that are separate from the rest. You know, you have really good teams. I think that top elite team, I will put the Chiefs in there. I've been saying they've been on the fence between the really good teams and the elite. By elite, I mean the best of the best, the top of the league. I will go ahead and put them in there, even though they're barely winning games. But if they do this against the Bills, who are a solid team, they're a well put together team, a well ran team. They are a great team. If they beat the Bills, even if it's close, I will go ahead and put the Chiefs in there. 1, because they start the season off 10-0. And 2, they've played some solid teams. They barely winning, but Bills, that's a solid team. I will go ahead and put them in there. Same with the Ravens. If the Ravens win this, I will go ahead and put the Ravens in that tier as well. So this week, I still don't have anybody in that top tier. Ravens win, I will put them in there. If the Chiefs win, I will put them in there. So this is a very, very key game for the Chiefs. And again, Bills are the favorite. If there was a game on here, I would bet the underdog. I would probably bet Bills over the Chiefs, because I think matchup-wise, the Bills can get it done against the Chiefs. Now, I've said this before, because I said this against the Chiefs, and I believe I believe it was the 49ers. Chiefs played somebody that I thought that they had a good shot at beating them. But again, I've said this before. They've been close games. I think Bills could potentially do it. But again, I won't be surprised if Chiefs find a way. Again, they find a way to win. That's their stick. And it's been Patrick Mahomes' stick since he became the elite quarterback of the NFL. So wouldn't be surprised there. But this could be the one. So we'll see. And that's going to be all for my Coach Strib's games to watch. Monday, you got Houston Cowboys without Dak Prescott. It'll be interesting to see how they play at quarterback play, and then we'll see. But that's going to be all for this week's of the NFL coverage. We'll catch you guys next week.
My destiny, I'm gonna chase my dream.